Yeah, money, sex, lies, supposed lies. This all sounds salacious, like a salacious television show. But I think it is telling. It's telling about the state of politics, especially when it comes to a hotly contested Senate race like this one. And it's certainly, a lot of this is just simple communications 101. It's messaging 101. For all the talk that the party has had about some of these morality issues, which are not necessarily vote getters at the end of the day, but I think that he's beyond a flawed character. And some of the vetting that has taken place that of course takes place for it to be ignored. On campaigns I've worked in the past, I don't recall things like, raising to this level that would ever fly as far as being allowable, if you will, for a candidate to get away with.
So here's what I keep coming back to. And Bill, after all of your years of watching how these races play out and the playbooks, Oppo research is a normal thing. It's opposition research. You spend lots and lots of time looking into the background of an opposition candidate, and then you time it and drop it right when it would be strategically beneficial. And now I'm wondering if the budgets for opposition research are going to go away, because good for you. You spent a bunch of money and it made no difference.
Yeah, and the issues don't make any difference anymore. So I guess we just have, these sort of tribal elections. Everyone just shows up and votes for their party. Surely isn't healthy. I mean, just two quick points, Ashley. The lieutenant governor, who you showed the clip of, he's not running for re-election. And he's been critical of Donald Trump. But he's saying the truth, but he's on his way out. And I haven't seen any other senior Georgia Republicans criticizing Herschel Walker. The Republican Senatorial Committee is all in. And think of the contrast to 2017 with Roy Moore. That came out. His own colleague, the Republican senator from Alabama, Senator Shelby, said he couldn't vote for Roy Moore 2 days before the election. Made the decisive difference, actually. He wrote in, I think, some third person who didn't want to vote for the Democrat. But Mitch McConnell said, urged Moore to pull out of the race. The Senatorial Committee suspended its support. They kind of, near the end of the race, they sort of weakened on their principle a little bit. But in the first year of Trump, before Trump had totally corrupted the Republican Party and damaged our politics as much as he has, there was still a sense that, gee, you can't support this kind of thing. And as I say, senators called on Moore not to withdraw, and Shelby said he wouldn't support him. You're seeing none of that this time. Everyone is all in on Walker. And for me, that says so much about the progress, or really the degeneracy, of the Republican Party over the last 5 years.
Or does it, Stuart, say that we've become parliamentary people, meaning we are just voting for the seat. We need the seat. We need the votes. We don't really care who's sitting in the seats anymore.
Well, let's put this issue aside. Is anybody in the United States Senate going to walk over to Herschel Walker and ask him what does he think about an issue? I mean, I worked for the last Republican senator who was elected there, Johnny Isakson, who sadly passed away, which opened up the seat. And he was a thoughtful person who was well respected by both parties. We forget that you're electing these people to actually solve really difficult problems. And who in the world would turn to Herschel Walker to solve any sort of problem? I mean, the man clearly has deep issues that are probably physiological, it seems to be. The guy needs help. It seems he should not be running for the United States Senate. And the fact that it's taking something like this to possibly disqualify him is in itself just sort of a stunning indictment of where the Republican Party is.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.